Hello everyone and welcome to Journey with the Kellers. My name is Amanda Keller and today we are back in the Keller kitchen. So today we are going to be making something from the Back to the Future cookbook. And today's recipe is Battle of the Bands Cola Cake, okay? So the only thing you really need to do as far as prep work ahead of time is you are going to need 1 cup of unsalted butter melted, which I have right here in the bowl. Other than that, everything else is just kind of regular cake material. You do want to go ahead and preheat your oven to 350 degrees. And then you can just take a 9x13 pan and spray some spray oil in it for it. Okay, so you've got that there and ready to go. Okay, so once you've got all of that set up, what you're going to do first is you are going to combine 2 cups of flour, all-purpose flour. Okay, so here is 1 and 2. You're going to put with that 1 cup of sugar. So 1 cup of sugar, okay, and also 1 cup of light brown sugar, okay, this way, make sure we get it all in there. Make sure you pack your brown sugar in there nice and tight before you kind of skim off the top. Put that in there. Okay. And you're also going to need 1 teaspoon of baking soda. So, which is right here. So 1 teaspoon of baking soda. And 3 tablespoons of unsweetened cocoa powder, okay, which we have here. Is a tablespoon? Yes. So we need 1, 2, and 3. All right, and you can just mix that all together. Get all your little lumps and big lumps and stuff out. So once you get it all done, you'll kind of have like a brownish, maybe a tannish looking flour, coarse flour. I would call this like a coarse flour. So it's going to look just like that. Okay. All right. So what you're going to do is you're going to make a well in the middle of this. Make sure it doesn't go all the way down to the bottom. You don't want to see your bowl through the bottom of that. Okay. And so in this well, you are going to pour in 2 eggs. So here is 1 egg. Oh, hello. And then 2 eggs. Oops, almost got some shell in there. Okay. And then you're also going to put in some salt, which you need, how much salt is it? 1/2 teaspoon. And it's supposed to be of kosher salt. I do not use the different kinds of salt. I just use regular salt. Sometimes I'll use my salt grinder, which I think has sea salt in it. For this, we're just going to do that. Okay. Then you're going to need your 1 cup of unsalted butter that's been melted. Put that in there. And then 1 cup of cola. And also make sure that you save some of this because you're going to need some for the frosting as well. So 1 cup. Trying to get the fizzies down. we go. Okay, so 1 cup of cola. A 1/2 cup of buttermilk. Lost track of what I was doing there for a second, sorry. All right, so a 1/2 cup of buttermilk. And then also 1 teaspoon of vanilla extract, which, whoops, I forgot to grab my vanilla extract. Hold on here. Here she is. Okay, so 1 teaspoon of vanilla extract. There we go. And you're gonna mix that all together, okay? Now you can also, if you want to, mix all your wet ingredients together in a separate bowl, mix them up, and then pour that all into the well and the dry ingredients. I just do it this way because it's just easier, okay? All right, so make sure you mix that up until it's got a pretty smooth texture to it. We're about there now. Okay, it's actually looking pretty good. Okay. All right, so now you're going to take this and pour it into your greased 9x13 pan. Okay. That all out. And then just spread it out. Probably should be using a spatula for this, but that's all right. This works. Okay. Once you get that all spread out, you're going to go ahead and bake this at 350 degrees for about 35 to 40 minutes. You will be able to insert a toothpick in the middle, and it should come out clean when it's done, okay? Then you're going to let it cool completely, okay? Once it is cooled off, I just made a mess. Once it is cooled off, I'll come back and show you guys how to make the frosting, which you will need some more cola for it. And then the only thing you will need for that, that you might want to prep up ahead of time, is you're going to need 1 cup of chopped peanuts that will actually go on top of the frosting, not in the frosting, okay? All right, you guys, so I'm going to go ahead and get this baked for about 35 to 40 minutes at 350 degrees, and then I'll be back to show you guys how to make the frosting once it's cooled off. So I'll be back in a little bit. Okay, you guys, so our cake is all cooked. Here it is. Looks nice and good. It's almost cooled completely down. Actually, I'm going to set it over here out of the way while we make the frosting here. Okay, so the first thing that you're going to do for the frosting is you are going to take a 1/2 cup of butter, which is 1 stick, correct? Let me make sure I'm right on that. Yes. So a 1/2 cup of butter, and you're going to put that into a saucepan. Okay. Oops. Helps if I could get all of the paper wrapping off of it. That would be very helpful. There we go. All right, and then to this, you are going to add a 1/3 cup of cola, whether that's Coca-Cola or just, you know, another brand of cola, just some cola soda. And I know I'm not using a liquid measuring cup. That's okay. Okay, so a 1/3 cup of cola. You're going to turn this on, and then you're basically just going to melt the butter. Let me make sure I have that right. Yeah, so you're going to bring it to a medium, you're going to cook it over a medium heat and bring it to a boil. And basically melt the butter. And then once that is done, we're going to go over to a stand mixer or a hand mixer or whatever you want to use. So I'm going to go ahead and bring this to a boil and get this all melted. And then I'll come back and show you what we do over on the stand mixer to make the rest of the frosting. So I'll be back in just a minute. Okay, you guys, so I got it all, the butter is all melted. I'm not sure if you can see that. It's just kind of like a nice little brown liquid. There's nothing else really, just looks like brown, light brown liquid. Okay, so we're gonna go ahead and pour this in our stand mixer. Like I said, you could probably use a hand mixer or whatever as well. Okay. So once you get that in there, then what you're going to do is you are going to add your powdered sugar, which you need 4 cups of powdered sugar. Don't forget also that you needed to have 1 cup of chopped peanuts for this. Now this is just going to be to sprinkle over top of the frosting, like right before you serve the cake, okay? All right, so we're going to have 4 cups of powdered sugar that goes in here. So 1. 2. Ooh, hopefully I have 4 cups in here. Might have to get the other bag out. Okay. 3. Woo, making a mess. Making a very big mess. You ever notice, if you guys ever work with powdered sugar, it kind of, like, I don't know if you can see that. It like jumps out of there if it gets the least little bit of breeze in there. It's like it's staticky or something. It's really funny. And I made a huge mess, but I'll clean that up later. Okay, so I did get all 4 in there. I'm gonna kind of sweep some of this up here. Put that in there as well. There we go. Okay, so there's that. Then you're going to need 3 tablespoons of Dutch processed cocoa powder. I actually was able to find this at my local Walmart, surprisingly enough. But if you can't, I'm sure you can probably find it on Amazon or something. This doesn't really have a hard surface, so it's hard to get it level. Okay, so here's 1 tablespoon. Two tablespoons. And then this one is 3 tablespoons. Okay. And then the last thing that you're going to need to add to this is 2 tablespoons of peanut butter. Okay. I am using creamy. It does not specify whether you're using creamy or crunchy, so you could probably do, my goodness, you could probably do whichever one you want. Now I have peanut butter on my shirt, so that's great. Oh, goodness. Okay, so you got that in there. Sure it gets down in there. All right, you're gonna go ahead and mix this up on a high speed until it is fluffy. Now, I would suggest starting it out on a low speed to begin with, because otherwise that powdered sugar is going to go everywhere, and then turn the speed up after you get it mixed just a little bit, okay? So I'm going to go ahead and get this mixed up, and then I will be back to frost our cake, and we'll go from there. So I'll be back in a little bit. Okay, you guys, so we got the frosting all done. Here it is. Basically, it looks like chocolate frosting. I will tell you, it smelled a little weird while it was mixing it up. Like, not bad, but not like frosting would usually smell. And of course now I've got like a stain on my shirt from peanut butter. But yeah, it tastes okay. I did taste it because I was like, ooh, is it like, you know, was the liquid too hot that I put in there and it like started burning stuff or something? But it tastes fine. So I don't know, but we'll just put it on here and hope that it goes on okay. And it seems a little dry, like I'm missing something. Like, I don't know. Very strange. So I'll try to get it spread out on here, which it doesn't seem to be wanting to spread very well. It's very thick. It's supposed to be fluffy. Maybe too much powdered sugar. I did put that little bit of extra powdered sugar in, but I put that in because I didn't have the full 1 cup measuring cup. So, but maybe that was a mistake. Maybe I should have left it without. But anyways, so we're going to try to spread this out. I may have to put it back in and add some liquid to it. maybe a little bit of water and kind of remix it a little. But we'll try it and we'll get it spread out here, and then I'll be back to show you guys how it looks, and then we'll try it and see how it tastes. So I'll be back in a minute. Okay, you guys, so I did go ahead and add a little bit of water to the frosting and thinned it out a little bit so that it was more like a frosting consistency, because it really, I mean, I could have formed it into a ball and just, it would have stayed that way. So I did add a little bit more water. I do think I put a little bit too much powdered sugar in there, or maybe just the recipe is a little bit off or whatever. But yeah, so now it's on there. It looks really good. So this is where you're going to take your 1 cup of chopped peanuts, and you're just going to sprinkle this on top. Okay. So we're going to put this on there. Oops, made a little bit of a mess. All right, there we go. I'm gonna try to spread them out a little bit. Okay, so when you're all done, you've got a nice cake that looks like that, okay? So it's looking good. So now I'm just gonna try a little bit of this so we can have a taste and see how it tastes. Usually cola cakes are pretty moist. I've had one before, so let's hope that this one is too. So we're just gonna take a little chunk out of the corner here. A little bit more, it's a little bigger than I wanted, but that's okay. All right, so let's try it and see how it is. Okay. Frosting is actually really good. Okay, the cake seems really moist in the middle. It's a little bit crunchy, I think, because I did the corner, so I got quite a bit of the outside of the cake. And so that part was a little bit crunchy, but not too crunchy. It was still cake-like crunchy, I guess you would say. But that's a very good, you guys. It's a little bit chocolatey, a little bit, I don't really taste any kind of cola, I don't think. I mean, maybe, but I think it mainly just kind of tastes like a really moist and soft chocolate cake, okay? So that's actually really good. And I kind of like the little bit of a crunch from the peanuts on the top. It gives you a little bit of a crunchiness to it. I do taste a little bit of the peanut butter. Of course, I am a fan of peanut butter, so I probably just have a taste for peanut butter because, I mean, there's not very much peanut butter in this. But it tastes really good. So that's delicious. Just how I like a cake. Okay, you guys, so that's it for this video. I hope you liked it. Like and subscribe if you like, or don't if you don't. Everyone have a good day. Enjoy your cooking. Keep your kitchen messy, and we'll see you later. Bye.